little sweet spot of the day. I figured I'd do a little live. So I had this lady. She came in. I was walking out at dark. She's like, "You mind if I stay here in the parking lot?" I was like, "No, ma'am, I don't own it. First come, it's not first come, first served. Yes, you can stay here. And it was really cold that night. And I'm like, so I said, "You can come. I'm gonna build a fire later when the wind dies down. If you want to come warm up by the fire, or whatever." She talked to some extent, and she's like, "Well, I'm fixing to go to bed, and I'm leaving at 7 in the morning." Well, this woman was out for like 2 days on the trail. See, when she said she was leaving, I assumed she was leaving with her car. And so her car was all buttoned up like she was sleeping, but there was no sign of life. She wouldn't come out to go to the bathroom. I got a little paranoid, but then I started looking at all the stickers on her car and saw that she was a member of the Highland Trails. And yeah, 2 nights later, she came out and left. And as I'm walking out last night, she's leaving. She runs into this other fella, the conservative conversationalist, I believe, is what he's, I think, labeled on Facebook. Real interesting guy. And we were trying to see the northern lights, but neither one of us are privy enough to know our settings to. You can't see with the naked eye. It's the shutter settings, and frankly, I don't know how to do it on this cheap $30 Walmart phone, and I couldn't get it to turn out. Neither could he. But this other lady. So anyway, back to where I was at. So I sit out there and get to know him, and we're talking about things, and he said a 71-year-old friend of his in northern Arkansas here was on his tractor and got off his tractor and was attacked by a bear and was med-flighted out and perished from his wounds. Well, right before that lady came in and stayed those 2 nights, I had a fellow from Louisiana that was a med-flight pilot, now works in administration and stuff. Real cool fellow. So I get the med-flight pilot, and then I get the lady who disappears on me for 2 days. I don't know her status. I assume she's on the trail and safe. And then eventually she turns out to be. And then he rolls in to tell me about the bear attack, and his friend was med-flighted out and ended up succumbing to, at 71 years of age, obviously succumbing to the bear attack. And so he's like, and we got to talking about some landmarks and stuff that I kind of ran across around here, and he's like, we made a tentative date to meet at 10 o'clock this morning. I was going to take him and show him these places, and he took some pictures, and he'll send them to me later when he gets signal, he said. But anyhow, so we were out scouting again today, but just jaw-jacking, really. If we would have spooked something, maybe at best, and like he said, we would have never hauled it out of there. We were in the bottoms, and there's plenty of sign down there, because, in the high country, normally when the shots start ringing out, deer go to high ground, but in the high country, no, they go to low ground. Anyway, so I hear about this bear attack, and then this lady rolls in about 11:30, and she's spotlighting my tent. She backs up, and her head bright lights are on my tent. She's walking up. "You don't mind if I camp?" "No." It's like, "I don't own this place." Yes, you can camp here, please." "Yeah." And I get to talking to her. And I don't know, because my wife is in the health industry, and she got a text, and I knew exactly. I was like, "You're a nurse, aren't you?" And I'm like, "Yeah." But anyway, it was funny, and she was a real character too. I've really enjoyed the last two people I met. So anyway, she's a night hiker. So after listening to me jaw jack for a while, she's like, blah blah blah. Called me. I said, "Should I wear the orange hat?" And I go, "Yeah, even though you're on the trail, it's hunting season. There's a lot of weirdos out here." She goes, "Besides the weirdo I'm talking to?" I'm like, "Look who's talking, night hiker." A real card. I loved her. So the people she works with make fun of her. She has this thing called alpha girl syndrome. I've never heard of it. She got it from a tick bite. Probably a Bill Gates tick, but she can't literally be around any. How does she's never going to have a life's mate. So pray for her. I did. It's a protein allergy, and the way she expressed it to me was she's allergic to people's. I spit a lot when I talk. I kept my distance. She told me, "You're a nurse and you're allergic to people? That's insane." I backed way away. I'm like, "Nah, I spit when I talk too much, especially when I get all worked up. Can't help it." Grandson's same way. Anyway, so she's like, "Yeah, blah blah blah." To have a mate, she'd have to have a person that was on exactly the same diet as her, because of this allergy to proteins caused from a tick bite. It's the crazy alpha girl, craziest thing I've ever heard of. And I looked it up. Yeah, it's wow. Pray for her. 41-year-old woman, delightful, beautiful young lady, very hyper intelligent, taught me a lot about bears, a lot about a lot of things. And here I am worried about her, and yeah, pretty much she kind of gave me the heads up. You think you're hiding your food scent. You're not hiding anything from bears. And I'll post it later. I found a turtle shell crunched up. When a bear's, and old boy said the same thing. When a bear's gonna, that's got to be a bear. And a turtle, that's nasty. Oh, swampy tasting meat. That'd be one hungry something. But anyway, so she gets to talking, and last year she got bum rushed by a mama bear 1 year ago with 2 cubs. Right here, where I'm sitting, she got pushed off the trail and had to exfil over this food plot. What'd she call it? A mock charge or whatever? I guess they don't really commit to it. So it's like, so here I am. I got a med flight guy. Then I got a dude come in, lost his friend to a bear attack, and then I got a woman talking about, hey, I just ran like right here, female and 2 cubs last year. Obviously, I did some praying last night before I went to sleep, and took some extra effort to spray a little scent, fresh earth everywhere, and make sure everything was wiped down. And I'm meticulous about food stuff, and this is what I want y'all to be. I understand the Mountain House things say, don't burn it in the fire and take it back with you. Unless you have a fresh water source to wash it out, that is a huge source of smell. And carrying around those empty Mountain House things with you, it just makes you a big, again, you can't be careful. They call this place Bearcat because there's lots of bears and lots of cats. But you know what? I feel safer out here than I do in any blue city or even my dink little town, college town, no less. But just really interesting people I've gotten to meet, and it's really been a blessing. And I'm probably going to hunt till dark here and be quiet. Hopefully the wind will die down some. It's much more comfortable than it was. And for the 3 people that are watching, thanks for tuning in. And hey, Ashley Knight. Hey, Ashley. Ashley Knight. You want to be David's daughter, would you? Chick-fil-A girl, is that you? Sweetheart, you're a dear. Benjif, I don't know. Hey, Benjif, hi. How are you, sir? Should I join the National Guard with wife and kids? Should you join the National Guard? Guns and gaming. Said hi. Well, let's see. I have a son who's an E7 who left the base because they don't know what the hell they're doing and joined the Guard, essentially doing the same mode of service, working on multi-million-dollar aircraft, and considering that next month that he won't be getting a paycheck, or possibly his wife who works for the Corps of Engineers and also worked for the Air Force. I don't know if it's the best career choice. Be like Mike Rowe, learn a trade, air conditioning, plumbing, electrical. Make some good money just pulling wire. You don't even have to know how to do a breaker box or anything else. There's lots of things you can do out here, and if you grew up in Arkansas, you kind of got to be a jack of all trades around here. When you grew up here, you learned a little bit of everything. You learned construction, you learned. I was in the Hot Springs newspaper at age 17, well maybe 18 it was, because I think I just graduated high school and was going to night classes, and I was head of maintenance and working on boilers and stuff at Oriole Towers off of Park. So yeah, a 17-year-old can be a maintenance engineer. Ended up being one at the $44 million hotel, the Embassy Suites in Hot Springs as well. Just want some benefits in college. Well, they've cut off my son's college stuff. So again, he's an E7, buddy. He ain't getting no help from school. Pretty soon they won't be getting a paycheck either. Also keep in mind, besides, and I understand there's people that abuse WIC and EBT and food stamps, but there's 40 million Americans that are getting SNAP benefits. There's 40,000 active troops that are having to get it, and they won't be getting a paycheck either. And you want to join the National Guard? I salute you, but I don't know if it's the best career choice, especially for you and the wife, and if you want to have kids. Just being honest. And I'm not one to give, yeah, you want the VA home stuff. Well, Trump's going to give us a 50-year mortgage, and as the Babylon Bee said, maybe it'll be an infinity mortgage. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to get, was held for review. London Frost. I a squatch fucker when I see one. I know a squatch fucker when I see one. Well, you're special. Sam Squanch. What's up, Bubbles? You gotta roll in here. Gotta roll in here hard. Q&A. Sticker, funny thing your pet does. Show it. Oh, show. What are you doing now? Oh, okay, the Squatchbooker. Actually, I almost bought a hat that had a Sasquatch and a camel print on it at a store coming up here, but I didn't have the bank. Turned out after I bought a bunch of pokey bait and stuff, for the trip, last minute stuff, and ice and a little bit topped off the gas tank, and she's like, that's $70. I'm like, $70? Like, I put the hat back. It was $28. Yeah, I have a T-shirt actually with a Sasquatch on it in Arkansas, and it's like this, the triangle, Arkansas state flag, regnant populace, of the people, ruled by the people. Sasquatch. But I hadn't heard him throwing any rocks or banging anything around. The bear does sound off every time I'm up here. Look how let me know he's around. But no, I don't think I would have relations with a Sam Squatch. Bubbles. But thanks for being so nice. What a way to lead out. You come in strong. Anyway, this is why I don't usually do chat, and obviously show it. Oh, show it. It won't another moderator handle this? I didn't know I had a moderator. Oh, show it. How can, it's my channel. If I want to show his obnoxious comment, I don't know. It keeps saying another moderator, just handle this. That's why you have to love technology. Remember, what you're holding in your hand, yeah, it operates 5G is, again, 2G was 2 gigahertz, 3G, 3 gigahertz, 4G, 4 gigahertz. 5G, you know what it is? Frequency spectrum of 25 to 100 gigahertz. You know what's well inside of that frequency window? DARPA's ADS, Active Denial System, operates on a frequency of 95 gigahertz. So this thing has the potential to literally, if it could, broadcast enough to burn your skin, just like that active denial system that penetrates 3 millimeters in your skin and superheats it. It makes you want to disperse in crowd situations. So you're holding a weapon, and understand that your information is more important than you, and lithium is more important than your last blood. And if you want to continue to be part and take the digital number of the beast, well, that's your choice. But remember, the birds of the air, they didn't have to store up in barns. And this beautiful field doesn't have to worry about its seasonal raiments. Nor do I have to worry about squatch fuckers. So y'all have a blessed day. Good night.